I will be going over chapter 2.2 to 2.5, which covers the phonological processes in Iñupiaq, and this is specifically strong I and weak I. In Iñupiaq, there is a such thing as a strong I, and throughout the grammar, you will see it in the form of a capital I. The lowercase I represents a weak I. When writing in Iñupiaq, the difference between the two types of I is normally not written, but for the purpose of this grammar book, it will be written that way. So strong I is responsible for a form called palatalization, and palatalization is the changing of what we call alveolar consonants to palatal consonants. Everybody has a palate in their mouth, and so this is a change from using the alveolar sounds from the sides of our tongue or our tongue to the top of our mouth. Our tongue hitting the top of our mouth. So when we look at the consonant grid, the second and third columns represent two closely related consonants. Like I mentioned, the alveolars, which are sounds like ta, hla, la, na. They use the different parts of the tongue. And then also the third column is the palatals, which are sounds like cha, hla, la, nya. So this change is called palatalization, and like I mentioned, it occurs under the influence of the so-called strong I. A strong I will cause a following alveolar consonant to become palatalized. So basically the letters, they go to the next power. So the L becomes the L with a dot. The L with a slash becomes L with a slash and the dot. The N becomes a N with a brow. And the T becomes a CH, the next power. All because of strong I. So like I mentioned earlier, strong I will be written in the grammar. And if you look at these examples, the capital I in the verbs tikit, to arrive, and kai, to come, indicate that the I is strong. The verbs tempumit and tingi do not have a strong I, so those are weak I's. When a strong I comes before the consonant T followed by a vowel, the T will become an S. Let's look at this example. Tikit plus tik plus tuk. He arrived quickly. Because the strong I comes before a T and a vowel is right after it, that T will become an S. It will change to tiki septok. He arrived quickly. In contrast to the weak I, makit, to stand up, tik, quickly, tuk, he, sheer, it, makitiptok. Because there is a weak I, those changes will not be made. You will not add an S because there's no strong I. Makitiptok. He stood up quickly. The same rule still applies when there is a consonant between the strong I and a T. So when the strong I comes before the following consonant clusters, the alveolar consonant T changes to an S because it is followed by a vowel. Strong I, KT changes to IKS. Strong I, QT changes to IQS. Strong ITT changes to ITS, which also becomes ITCH because that follows a rule which states that any TS combination in Iñupiaq automatically becomes a TCH. Let's look at the examples. Pukik, to be smart. So when you want to add the ending tuk, you will have that combination strong I, K, T. So like that combination will automatically change to I, Q, S. Pukik sok. the next one, tauksik plus tuk, you will have that combination strong I, Q, T. And so again, this automatically changes to I, Q, S. Tauksik sok, to buy something. She is buying something. Tikit, to arrive, plus tuk. So you'll have that combination strong I, T, T. So this one automatically changes to ITS, but because of that rule that any TS combination automatically turns to a TCH, so it would be Tikit chok. She is arriving. The weak I does not cause palatalization. When you look at the examples, you will see that iri does not have a strong I. It has a weak I. So when you add the enclitic lu, which means and, to say irilu, there's no changes to be made because of weak I. Let's look at to me. To me plus ni, to mini, her own footprint. There's also a weak I in here, so you would not make any changes because of that weak I. Also, unlike strong I, which clusters with other vowels, the weak I may change to an A when it clusters with another vowel. So let's look at iri again. When you want to say her I, that second I in iri changes to an A to say ira, her I. To me, footprint, urak, which is like too small something. So that I in to me would change to an A to say to maurak, her too small footprints. Consonant gemination. The weak I can also change to an A in connection with a process called consonant gemination. Gemination is the doubling of a consonant between two vowels. The apostrophe sign before the minus sign indicates gemination of the initial consonant of the last syllable. The minus sign indicates deletion of the final consonant of the stem word. Let's look at the examples. Kamik, boot. It has the apostrophe dash K. So we would double that consonant. So it would be kamak, two boots. Let's look at tupuk, tupuk. The P, you would double the P because it is between two vowels. So U, P, I. So those two vowels create consonant gemination to that P, and that P doubles. Tupuk. Iji, when you want to say his two small eyes, you would apply consonant gemination. There are many other characteristics distinguishing the behavior of weak I and strong I. When alveolar consonants become palatalized, they change according to the arrows on the consonant grid. Looking at the examples, you can tell that the words without the letters to the next power, for example, the L with a dot, the L with a slash and a dot, and the N with a brow, are weak, and those with the letters to the next power have a strong I. Let's look at iri, irilu, irit, ira. You see that there are no letters to the next power, so therefore it is a weak I. Achalik, achalighlu, achalit, achalich, achaleh. You can see that there is an L with a dot and a CH, so therefore this is achalik has a strong I. Tafsi, tafsilu, tafsit, tafsij, tafseh. You can see that there is an L with a dot, so therefore tafsi has a strong I. Atiyi, atiyilu, atiyit, atiga. There are no letters to the next power, so therefore atigi has a weak I. Ini, inilu, init, ina. Same with this word. There are no letters to the next power, so therefore it has a weak I. Pisiksi, pisiksilu, pisiksit, or pisiksich, pisiksea. You can see that there is a L with a dot, so therefore pisiksi has a strong I. Qimmiq, qimmiqlu, qimmit, or qimmich, qimma. There is a L with a dot, so therefore qimmiq has a strong I. Tumi, tumilu, tumit, tumma. There are no letters to the next power, so therefore tumi has a weak I. Let's look at these examples, which includes assimilation and palatalization. Araviq plus lu. The Q assimilates to a G with a dot, so it turns to araviralu and a whale. Iviq plus lu. The Q assimilates to a G with a dot, so it changes to iviralu and a walrus. Iñupiaq plus ni. So we have to apply assimilation. KN assimilates to a GN or an N with the tail N. So it changes to tupagni or tupangni. Both are right in the two tense. Tavsik plus nik. KN assimilates to GN or N with the tail N. In addition, strong I palatalizes N to N with a brow. Tavsiginik. Qimmik plus nik. KN assimilates to GN or N with the tail N, plus the strong I in qimmiq palatalizes the N in nik to N with the brow. Qimmiqnik. Qimmiqnik with two dogs. Avingaq plus min. Capital Q assimilates to G with a dot when adding this specific ending min. Avingaqmin. Tauqsiq plus naq plus vik. QN assimilates to G with a dot N, plus strong I palatalizes the N in naq to N with the brow. In addition, QV assimilates to G with a dot V. Tauqsirniarvik, a store. Angutik plus nun. KN assimilates to GN or N with the tail N. Angutignun or angutingnun, and to the two men. Nirlevik plus tun. K and N, they are on the same row on the consonant grid, so therefore they can go together. Nirleviktun. However, because of the strong I changes. You can't have IKT together. It changes to IKS. So it would be nirevik sun. Kai plus latu plus rok. Strong I palatalizes LL to 2L with dots. Kai la turok. Kai la turok. She enjoys coming. Tikit plus tunga. The strong I palatalizes the T in tunga and changes it to CH. Tikit chunga. Nere plus neak plus tutin. The strong I palatalizes the N to N with the brow. Nere neak tutin. You will eat. Tikit plus neak plus tok. TN assimilates to NN. In addition, Q and T are on the same row on the consonant grid, therefore can be next to each other. Tikinak dok. Because there is a strong I, in addition, the two N's in the TIKINN, they would both be N with brows. Puki, pukik, plus tut. Strong I palatalizes the T to become an S. Pukik, sut. Qimmik plus nik plus lu. KN assimilates to GN or N with the tail N. Strong I palatalizes the N in nik to an N of the brow. K and L are not on the same row on the consonant grid, so therefore KL assimilates to GL. Qimnignigilu, end with two dogs. Inuit plus lu. TL assimilates to LL, plus strong I palatalizes the two L's to become 2L with dots. Inuilu, Ilisak plus Vik. Q and V are not on the same row of the consonant grid, so Q assimilates to G with a dot. Ilisagavik, a place to study, study hall. Tauksik plus Tuk. The strong I palatalizes the T in Tuk, and it turns to a S. Tauksik suk. He is buying something.